The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions. Games out of the way, time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. A man who played collegiately over at East Lansing, it's Kenneth Walker III. And he is going to lose yardage. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. They go play action with Howell. And his throw here is incomplete.
Push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. And Howell will throw it. That is caught. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Well, 3 and out to start the game would have been a real disappointment, so this is a nice job of finding something you think will work and executing it. And they're able to keep this opening drive going.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. You talk about this Lions defense. They come to this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they are facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's the 12th overall pick in April's draft, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The Lions had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll try the air now with Goff. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Now a first down throw. Goff. That pass caught. It's Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down. You talk about this Lions defense. And they come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that if they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
This time they'll throw it with Howell. He hits his target, Lockett. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. An excellent gain, 35 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. Powell's throw into the hands of Lockett. And Lockett going to pick up a Seahawks first down as he's down to the 11. That one goes for 8 yards. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Howell. This is caught. Touchdown. Tyler Lockett. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there in the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Let's keep those sticks moving. 14. Now you want.
Goff now looking to throw. Got his man. It's Williams. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 7-7, our score after one. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Returnable for Lockett. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
There he goes, left side. Inside the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Out of the gun. Gone. That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond. And he'll be out right at the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Take it to line, offense. More now.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Make a play, boys. Go what you're working with now. Here we go.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Off play action. Here's Goff. He'll find his rookie tight end, Sam Laporta. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. So right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to walk up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Walker with another carry. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Running left is Walker. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 102 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Howell. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now it's gone. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Goff now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level. Badgley on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give for Walker running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here's a 3rd and 14. Howell. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Seahawks going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Walker. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Well, Howell's going to mix it up here.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Second down throw for Howell. Finding Walker, complete. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Another throw for Howell. And that is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Howell out of the shotgun. He's able to find Miller.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
One last shot before the break. Howell. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. It came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around.
an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Gone. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. Only able to make it to the 15 after the broken tackle. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. That is caught. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Goff throwing again. And this one is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now it's Lockett. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 114 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And Walker once more. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
2nd down, Howell back to pass. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. Up the middle, here's Walker. He's got it to the 43 here. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
On third down, here's Walker. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Straight ahead, Walker. And some room to work. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
On the give, it's Walker. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. To the right side, this is Walker. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they run one here in this third quarter.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Being chased down, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Here's Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
chance to add a playmaker like him, they absolutely couldn't pass him up.
After the run, Goff going to throw.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Goff. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are right back in this football game.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Out of the gun, it's Howell. Throw out wide to Walker.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. One thing I think it's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays to move it.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 to 24-yard line. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
That's to the rookie Jackson Smith and Jigba.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This taken in right around the goal line.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Sticking with Walker on second down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
167 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
They run again with Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
10 yards and a Seattle first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. That reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Howell.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again, well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
But obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the...
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Howell to throw.
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. He's got it at the 2. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. So they elect to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Goff going to throw it. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now the former Bear, this is David Montgomery.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to kick it away. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Lions, they make a